Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. For this week's reading, I will be working with the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. This is the deck I'm using. And so I'll be drawing 3 cards from this deck, and then I want to draw 1 card from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. So let's see what messages are coming through for this week. As always, guys, these are general readings, so the readings may or may not resonate with you. So let's get started. 3 cards. And then we'll please. Okay, thank you. Okay, so the first card we have is the Diamond Dreamer. The Diamond Dreamer. And the message, the words on the card are material wealth, true prosperity. I'm really drawn to the amethyst here. I love amethyst crystal. Okay, so what am I getting from this card? What I'm hearing from Spirit is your dreams are important, okay? I'm almost getting the magician energy from this card, the magician card in the tarot. That's what I'm getting from this card. It's like whatever you put your focus and your energy into is what you're gonna manifest, okay? So you have the power to create. This man here is like holding a crystal ball, okay? I don't know if you guys can see that, but he's holding a crystal ball. And it's like you have this vision, you have this dream, and if you hold that vision, you can create whatever reality you want. I'm also getting that reality is fluid, and it's like you can create through your thoughts, through your actions, through your energy. I'm also getting, be clear about what you consider as abundance or what you consider as true wealth, okay? For every person, true wealth, when we say wealth or abundance, it means something different, okay? For instance, for some, it can be a bigger house. It can be, more based materially, like I want more cars, or I want a bigger house, or things like that. And for some, it's like, I just want my peace of mind and health and happiness, and that's what I consider true abundance. So nothing is really wrong or right. It's just about your perception of what abundance means to you, and to each person it holds a different meaning. Okay, I'm also getting from this card is that you're entering a time where whatever you think, you're gonna manifest it, okay? You're in the past, you may have struggled for money, or you may have experienced lack in some ways, like no matter how much you struggled, it wasn't enough or it wasn't working out. But now it's like you're gonna experience true wealth in terms of abundance, like getting financial abundance as well as spiritual prosperity. There was something else that came to me that when I was talking. You're entering a new phase in your life, okay? You're entering a new phase of your life, and where you will realize that it's like all the old concepts are in the past, okay? All the old concepts of lack, consciousness, having low self-esteem, not feeling good about yourself, not feeling good about what you're creating for yourself, all that is going to be a thing of the past, and as you create something new. What I got is, for many of you, you're working on some project or something, okay? And it has great potential, so continue staying focused on that. Continue staying focused on what you want to create for yourself, because it has the potential to expand and be something big, okay? Create wealth. I'm also getting that you have had past lives where you have created something similar. So even though whatever you're creating feels like you're creating something new, it's not new at the same time, because you have created this before, okay? Then we have the High Lord of Gratitude and Service. This is the second card. And the words on the card are selflessness, humility, conscious action. Spirit wants you to balance between, find this balance between your spiritual life and your physical life. Don't get too caught up in any aspect, okay? And so someone was asking me about 3D and 5D, okay? Just a few days back during the weekend, someone was asking me. And I feel like we keep switching. Because see, we are in this consciousness, we are in a physical body, and we have our physical needs, right? And then there is this spiritual aspect. So spirituality can be a part of everything that you do. It's not about meditating for 5 hours or 3 hours. It's not about that. It's about, let's say you're washing dishes, right? It can be a spiritual experience. What are you thinking while you're washing the dishes? Are you in a state of contentment, or are you angry because you have to do the dishes, right? Everything is about your consciousness. Be conscious about the energy that you're creating. Yes, you want to create physical wealth and abundance for yourself, but is it coming from, what is the motive behind it? What is the motive behind whatever you're creating for yourself? Because at the end of the day, our souls are expansive. Our souls are, how should I say, like multidimensional. It's not only about the physical aspect, right? It's about your soul growth and soul expansion. For those who have like a spiritual purpose and you're working on it, whatever you're working on is also advancing you. It's advancing you and evolving you to see things in a new light. Okay, so this is not only about, definitely I don't feel this like, it's not just, even though it's the diamond dreamer and the wealth and all that, but I feel this is about you creating that spiritual wealth for yourself. Whatever you're doing, you're creating spiritual growth and abundance for yourself. You are evolving, okay? I'm getting that you are receiving a lot of signs. You're also receiving a lot of downloads. You know what is right for you, okay? You see all this light coming out from his crown chakra. It's like, and he's holding a lotus flower. So it's like, you know what's right for you. Even if someone comes to you and says, you know, you're not doing this right, or you should do this, you should live your life this way, or you should do this or that, or whatever their suggestion is, at the end of the day, you do know. At the end of the day, you are connected to your higher self. You are connected to your guides, and you need to honor your truth. And when you do that, it's going to bring you a lot of prosperity. It's going to bring you a lot of higher consciousness. So everything is kind of tied together. The third card we have, interestingly, is the Shadow Queen. Shadow Queen. Acquiring knowledge, insecurity, manipulation. Right. So, you know, what I'm getting with this card is staying on track, not allowing ego to guide you, or not allowing anyone to manipulate you. What I'm also getting from this card is you will be tested, is what I'm hearing. Okay, you will be tested. On your path, you will be tested. You will be tested for your strength. You will be tested for your integrity. But as long as you stay true to your calling, as long as you stay true to your higher self. See, there are two things, right? Being guided by spirit or being guided by ego. The ego wants control. The ego wants power. And Spirit is all about flow. Spirit is all about, it will get you to the right point at the right time if you are just listening to it, right? And I was talking to someone this weekend, and one of the things we talked about was this only, that with ego, everything feels like a struggle. Life is a struggle. Life is so hard with ego, because you always want to be on top of it. You always want to be in control with it. But with spirit, on the contrary, whatever feels this big in magnitude, it's like, it's tiny. It's insignificant. It doesn't even matter. Because when you're in flow with spirit, and there's a lot of self-acceptance. There's a lot of facing your shadows. There's a lot of facing your fears. Because see, following the spirit path, the path of light, you will have to face a lot of darkness, guys. A lot of people think, you know, if you're on the spiritual path, it's sort of la-di-da. It's not la-di-da. It's not like dance along the path. You have to face your fears. You got to face darkness. You got to be strong enough to face that within yourself to start with. And then, you know, a lot of things are going to come as like blockages on your path, but you got to keep going. You can't take that as an excuse that, you know, I'm having a bad day, so I'm just going to stop in my tracks. No, it's okay to have a bad day. We all have a bad day. And a lot of spiritual people believe that, you know, I don't want to show that I'm having a bad day or I'm perfect or anything. It's okay. You see, it's like this duality within ourselves, this light and darkness, facing both aspects within yourself, because they are within you. And the more you bring acceptance to this dual aspect of you, right, the more you will be in sync with everything. And the more acceptance you bring for yourself, the more accepting you will be of others. And spirit, no matter what you're going through, be guided by spirit. Be humble, okay? Remember the higher purpose. If you remember the higher purpose, you will not get lost in the illusions. I always say that this world is full of illusions. There's a lot of illusions. If I'm not in touch with my higher self, if I'm not in touch with my guides, I'm screwed, guys. Because it's like I'm not in touch with my GPS, right? That's my GPS. It's like, imagine you want to reach a destination. You've never been there. And you're just going by logic. You're just going like, I'm just going to go on my whim and I'm going to drive to my destination, right? Can you imagine how many wrong paths or turns I will make and how long it will take for me to reach my destination? Because I got no directions. I'm just going, right? But the GPS, right? I mean, if I follow through with the directions, I will reach my destination on time. So your higher self and your guides, by connecting with your higher self, it's like your internal compass. It keeps you on track. It tells you where you've taken the wrong turn and where you need to kind of redirect yourself again and get on the path. And it's okay to make mistakes. That's what I want to tell you guys here. It's spirituality is not about perfection, guys. Nobody's perfect. Even the gurus that you know, some gurus that claim that they're perfect, nobody's perfect. That's the truth of it. We all make mistakes, and that's the path, you know. We learn through our mistakes. And even on the other side, guys, see, the thing is, even on the other side, your guides are learning too. So it's not like, you know, when we pass over, we are in this state of perfection. Perfection is just a thing of the mind. We're constantly evolving as a soul, whether we're in this earthly dimension or in another dimension. Okay. Interesting. So I wanted to pull out one card, and we have the masculine. The masculine, okay? Wow. I'm getting so many things with this. So throughout history, power has been, you know, there are different concepts of what power means, right? And a lot has to do with control. And this is like the distorted masculine energy is all about control, power, suppression, oppression, things like that, right? But this is about each one of us, whether you're a masculine watching or feminine watching, doesn't matter, because we all have feminine and masculine energies within ourselves. On my journey, I had a lot of feminine energies that were more dominant, and my masculine energies were very subdued. And I had to really work on my masculine energies to kind of work through them and bring them out, right? Being masculine energies are all about being assertive, being the authority of your life, standing up for yourself, speaking up, knowing where to draw boundaries, right? So many of us, whether you're a female watching or a male watching, we're balancing this energy. We're balancing this distorted, and sometimes there are distorted male figures that, you know, we've come across growing up. Their concepts of what a masculine energy is doesn't make it right. But you are balancing this energy within yourself. Taking charge is what I'm getting. Taking charge of your ideas, taking charge of your life. Okay, this is like the warrior energy. So if you have this soft, peaceful energy within yourself, you also have this warrior energy within you, right? We all have these different aspects and facets to ourselves that we balance out on our journey of life. And you know, these are the treasures that you have within yourself. All these different crystals here, all these different facets. I'm also seeing Egyptian symbols and things like this in this card. So gifts that come from other lifetimes that are tapped into, or maybe not even tapped into, because maybe you were taught to be submissive. Maybe you were taught to be a good boy or a good girl, right? And whatever that concept is, you like to, you want to follow a certain way so that you want to please people, or whatever the reason is, right? But this is about balancing that duality, balancing that, you know, you can be in the 5D, in that higher consciousness, and you can come back in the 3D and 3D reality of what's on the ground and deal with it, not shunning this warrior aspect within you, the strength, this strength that has always been there. And this is not about oppression. This is about that silent strength that you hold within, right? The strength that you hold within. You know what your boundaries are. You know where you have to be assertive, where do you need to step back, what needs to balance out, and how are you going to balance that out. And you know, even balancing that masculine energy within you, tapping into that energy. What does it want to tell you? How is it guiding you on your path? How can you bring this masculine energy into yourself? How are you going to integrate that? How are you going to allow those masculine energies to step out? So it's a beautiful dance that we do between our feminine aspect and the masculine aspect, and not ignoring any part of ourselves, because the minute we ignore or the minute we suppress, that's when the imbalance comes through. So it's like there's a lot of light and shadows that I'm getting with these cards. Okay, light and shadows, yin and yang, masculine, feminine energies is what I'm getting with these cards. So I feel like, in conclusion, I feel like you guys are balancing it beautifully. And there's like this thin dance that you're doing. It's like you're walking on a thin thread and you're trying to keep your balance. But there are some situations where you will have to stand up for yourself, where you will have to have the courage to speak your truth, be stepping into the warrior energy, where you're humble, you're loving, you're compassionate, but you're also strong. You're also strong, right? Balancing that feminine and that masculine energy. Okay, is there anything else that needs to come through? Meditate, guys. Sit with your ideas. Allow your ideas to flow. There will be many diversions on your path, and there will be many things that test your strength. But you are this warrior. You are this warrior. You are very kind, and you're very compassionate, and you're very loving, but there's also a warrior within you. So you're not going to allow anyone to take advantage of you. You're not allowing anyone, because what you are creating is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And it's coming from this space of love. As long as you don't allow your ego to take you off your path, to talk you off your path, or an energy like an outside influence telling you what you can or cannot do. Because at the end of the day, you are powerful. And many of you have had past lives as warriors, right? So it's like, remember who you are is what I'm hearing. Remember who you are. Remember the higher purpose. Stay focused. Don't get off your path because someone said something or someone did something. Stay focused. Focus is the most important thing that I'm getting with this, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week.